My name is Aaron Gustin. Spelling is Aaron Gustin. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of this body of students, I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you to Collins Career and Technical Center staff and leadership for accommodating tonight's celebration. To our instructors, Ms. Brown and Ms. Bentley, thank you for your guidance, leadership, professionalism, and friendship. To guide a group of adult students through any year-long course is surely a challenge, but to do so during a pandemic in a remote learning environment, all the while maintaining professionalism and offering grace for our anxieties and fears, is something usually reserved for legends. Thankfully, that is what both of you are. As our professional nursing careers lead each of us into new, uncharted waters, we're prepared and capable to find success because of the value we gain from both of you. Thank you. In C.S. Lewis's The Magician's Nephew, the famed author describes a scene from his Narnia collection in which the character Uncle Andrew is visualizing the world around him that is both unsettling and scary. Lewis writes, "For what you see and hear depends a good deal on where you're standing. It also depends on what sort of person you are." To this, the registered nursing class of 2020, I speak not only to the scene around our personal lives, but also to the moral courage each of you must possess to navigate the trials and challenges of our professional lives. For possibly the first time since Nightingale lit her candle in the dark hallways of her wartime medical unit, nurses are now recognized the world over as superheroes in scrubs instead of capes. As a class, we have realized how unsettling and how self-inflicting it can be to carry the title of essential. We discovered firsthand as the eyes of a scared world glared from their isolated homes exactly what it meant to be frontline combatants against an invisible but dangerously lethal enemy. Today we find ourselves diving deeper into a calling instead of fleeing a profession that was both underprotected and underestimated. Each of you have sacrificed time and energy and sleep and peace to drive further into a storm so that you may be better prepared and better equipped to fight the next battle. All of you, at any time, could have stopped and still been considered successful. I can personally attest that in your own way, in your own special abilities, you each have been accomplished practical nurses, making a significant difference in the communities that each of you serve. For most, that would have been enough. But for this group of passionate nursing professionals, a higher level was demanded by their own drive and resilience. Lewis's words resonate with me today for so many reasons, but mostly because in their simplest form, they're true. As nurses, we will stand in the wilderness of death and despair and tragedy, unmeasurable loss and devastating heartache. Many of us have weathered storms of pain and suffering, endured by those who we tried desperately to save, yet ultimately felt by those charged to care for them. We are fixers. At our core, our instinct is to save, to protect, to advocate, and to restore. We will stand in chaos, face great giants, against the greatest of odds, because that is what we're called to do. The world around us is currently ravaging itself in cries of pain and sorrow and injustice. No matter ideologies or differences, nurses know that to protect and value life is our ultimate duty. So while many may stand on the sidelines or peer over the ledges of social media platforms, nurses are entrenched. While many may pass opinions or judgments, nurses fight on, because as Lewis proclaimed, the determination of what you see is greatly impacted by where you stand. The final portion of his quote is quite notably the most important and appropriate to the audience of registered nurses here tonight. What you see and hear also depends on what sort of person you are. When any crisis occurs across our globe, there's a white flag with a crimson red cross that suddenly becomes a beacon of hope and safety for the population facing danger. These doctors and nurses of the Red Cross will enter floods and wars and crumbled earthquake-ravaged communities to find those desperate for care. As nurses, each of us in our own unique way have the duty and obligation to fly that flag to the communities we serve and protect. We're called to be a lighthouse in stormy seas, to provide safety and support when a human is at their weakest. As many of our brothers and sisters in nursing literally sacrificed their lives while battling COVID, we too must recognize and understand that our profession, without any notice, may require each of us to lay our own lives down in the service of others. This is what we were called to do, and each of you have answered that call. And today we celebrate your accomplishments before our families and friends. It truly matters what kind of person you are, possibly now more than ever. The world is better because you answered your call, and we thank you. Class of 2020, good luck, and God bless each of you. Thank you.